How strong is Stupendo Bear? In 1985, Bill Watterson brought pen to paper to bring us what is commonly agreed upon to be the best newspaper comic strips of all time, Calvin and Hobbes. Kelvin is a precocious 6-year-old boy with an overactive imagination, along with his tuna sandwich-eating tiger compatriot. They brought overly verbose perception to daily life, whether that be talking to Susie Durkins or trying to sneak cookies from his mom's cookie jar after dinner. They did so together with a fascinating insight into the human psyche. It wasn't a coincidence that the tiger was named after the English philosopher Thomas Hobbes, known mostly for his works on social contract theory.
October 30th, 1987. 1987 for Five Nights at Freddy. Calvin dons a red cape and cowl and transforms into Stupendous Man, a superhero alter ego that can defeat the monsters in his ordinary life. These monsters are usually things like the annoying girl who wants to play house, or wanting the weekends to be longer. Stupendous Man is noted for having time travel capabilities and the ability to fly into space, but I mean, he's 6 years old, so these are probably imaginary feats.
Oh hey, it's another Tidepool Orchestra Brian video where we start off with like 19 different digressions before getting to the point. Okay, but for real, let him know if you like this style of video, because honestly it's his favorite way of setting up a point. And I heard some people don't really like it, so he's trying to gauge if he should change that, haha. In the meantime, we're putting up a counter at the bottom of this video, and every time he changes the topic in the script, that counter's gonna go up. Let's start the counter with 2 for Calvin and Hobbes and Thomas Hobbes.
Okay, so Care Bears Unlock the Magic is a show that airs on Boomerang in America, an offshoot of Cartoon Network that was designed to air exclusively older cartoons. I haven't really touched on Unlock the Magic despite people commenting that they would like me to talk about it. Like JC Batty right here. So let's dig into the newest incarnation. I haven't seen every episode, mind you. I'm the kind of guy that skips chapters in a book and reads them out of order. I will eventually read the whole book, but I like to do it this way so I can connect the dots in my own little idiosyncratic way. It's weird. Okay, so the show's premise is that the Care Bears have found this uncharted territory outside of Care-a-Lot known as the Silver Lining, and go on missions to explore it and save the inhabitants from the ill intent of the Blusters, a race of purple ne'er-do-wells who intend to turn the whole place into a punk rock dystopia. Honestly, the whole thing has unfortunate implications of Manifest Destiny based on European settler vibes, but those are easy to ignore if you instead think of it as like a big game of Stratego.
Okay, so the episode we want to talk about is Where Oh Where Has Our Funshine Gone? A title which has almost nothing to do with the plot, so Grumpy gets ready to repaint the inside of his camper van, but is stunned to see Funshine painted his OC over and over, all up in there. Since Care Bears are furry by nature, does this mean this is Funshine's fursona, or is it his bearsona? I hate this line. Brian, cut this line out of the video.
His OC is a superhero named Stupendo Bear, which seems like an obvious reference to the Stupendous Man from Calvin and Hobbes. Remember that thing we explained that time? Okay, it's like if you took Calvin and Hobbes and threw a Care Bear in there and then called it a day.
So some of you may remember I did this other video about Funshine Bear in which I say he's a metaphor for the devil.
I get it, it's an allegory for Satanism!
And I still believe that, but this Funshine acts a little different. Still, if we look at the spikes on his cool helmet, we can see he's still edgy, just now he's softer. He's like a 9-year-old going to Hot Topic in the 2000s to buy spiked bracelets now. It's good! The motorcycle he's riding is called a cloud cycle and also deserves some explanation.
If you've been following along our insane ramblings about the emotional earth signs, so far, you may recall that the bears have the ability to summon a cloud car out of their belly badge that allows them to fly through the air. You may also remember in my last Care Bears video how the bears are becoming more powerful and can now fly by their own power, as long as they aren't Oopsie Bear. That being said, the cloud cycles seem slightly out of place, being physical objects rather than manifested by the bear's natural abilities. They were clearly designed by Grumpy Bear, as he's been the team mechanic in the 2008 show and 2012 shows, and I think part of the answer to why they exist at all lies in the larger Cloud Cruiser. You see, in this series, the bears go on missions in the Cloud Cruiser and can open a large portal in the floor of the moving vehicle to fuel the vehicle with the combined power of the Care Bear Stare. The Care Bear Stare is an intense combination ability, being a combination of the bear's passive and active abilities, but sanded and simplified to simply do a singular task. There's too many S's in that sentence. Usually this task is brainwashing, but in this series they have turned it into a sort of reality-bending petroleum. The cloud cycles are therefore used for more dangerous terrain that they can't take the cruiser to, but are powered by the leftover Care Bear Stare formula.
Wait a minute. superhero, helmet, motorcycle? These are all the basic ingredients to make a Kamen Rider. Now we get to talk about Kamen Rider. Nice. Kamen Rider is a long-running Japanese tokusatsu currently in the first year of its third era. You see, the eras for the show are broken up in the same era of Japan. So you have the Showa era, which are 1970s looking karate bugmen who fight Nazis and stuff. Then there's the Heisei era, where everything is trading cards, collectible toys, and video games. The new era, starting with 01, is the Reiwa era. The Reiwa era started in 2019 when Emperor Naruhito took the throne from his father. Since Stupendo Bear fills the qualities of a Kamen Rider, being a superhero that rides a motorcycle, he wears a helmet, and strives to do the best thing, this would make him a Reiwa Rider, while the Moomin Rider from One Punch Man would be a Heisei Rider. Though in his case, he's clearly modeled after Kamen Rider 1 from the Showa era.
Hey, there's also the subplot, Secret Life of Pets 2? The rabbit is a superhero known as Captain Snowball, which may be a reference to the Orwellian novel Animal Farm, where one of the pigs based on Leon Trotsky was named Snowball. In much the same way, Captain Snowball works towards the freedom of his animal compatriots from the iron wall of capitalism and the cruelty of man.
Hey, let's get back on track. So, what are Stupendo Bear's powers? Well, to hear Funshine describe it, and I quote, he can jump over trees, hills, mountains even, if the situation calls for it, and he's properly motivated. I find this to be an interesting stipulation for the powers, that he has to be properly motivated and can only use the ability if the situation calls for it. Consider how Steven Universe couldn't summon his shield at first, unless he was in mortal danger. Something was quickly picked up by Uncle Grandpa in that one episode when he tried to kill Steven for a few minutes. The idea of situational superpowers as the plot demands it may seem unrealistic, but consider that humans can do that in real life, and it's called hysterical strength. Hysterical strength is the name for an incredible feat of strength displayed in a life-saving situation. Like if a baby is trapped under a 6,000-pound car and the parent lifts it up to save the baby. Ordinarily, the parent may not be strong enough to lift the car, but thanks to the situation calling for it and being properly motivated, she is able to. I wanted to test this theory in real life for a better visual, but then I realized that sounded illegal. Silly Brian, you can't just steal kids.
Well, I want to kidnap children and put them under large cars and crush them and see if the parents can save them in time or not.
Leave that in.
So, Funshine, dressed as Stupendo Bear for reasons, teams up with Good Luck Bear on a mission to save this flower in the middle of a Skylanders level. Skylanders is a video game. Stupendo Bear isn't super paying attention to the mission, and Good Luck Bear gets stuck on a piece of rubble that's about to break off and fall. Hey, why don't either of them summon a cloud car? Good question, Tyler. Almost as good as a question as, why does Good Luck Bear always have a different accent? Anyway, I'm not scared for him at all. I'm not scared for him in the slightest. Is there anyone luckier than Good Luck Bear? Good Luck Bear is a passive user of the power of favorable fortune. Peep, if you will, Vriska. Vriska is a Thief of Light, which is an active class ability assigned to the light aspect, meaning luck. Vriska can steal the luck of those around her to become even more lucky, which is an ability she used so often that she won Homestuck with it. This is nearly the opposite to Good Luck Bear, who would be the Rogue of Light, a passive class ability that would mean he steals good luck from opposing forces and redistributes it to his entire party. Look, he even has the mask! I love how our, and by our I mean Brian's, insane ramblings have random credence provided by ancillary media and merchandise made in 2008.
So Stupendo Bear comes clean to his friends about what happened, and they try to help Good Luck Bear with Stupendo in the lead. Stupendo Bear does the thing he wanted to include in his introduction comic book issue, which involves tying his cape around his ankles and using it like a parachute, similar to the Acorn suit in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Honestly, I feel like this was more to save the motorcycle than Good Luck Bear, but I feel like we already explained that part.
So the day is saved. For now. Stupendo Bear looks out in the sunset and we see his comic. And it's horrendous. It's terrible. The paneling is crazy. There's no dialogue. Nothing flows right. I collected comics for years, and I've never seen anything this bad. Let's talk stats.
We're a little tired of using Transformer tech specs or Marvel stats, so let's try returning to the basics and using the conventional Care Bear stat system that has been in place for years. Okay, so let's go. Power levels are 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 5 being near the middle.
Okay, so for caring, we're going to do an 8. Not a full 10 here because Stupendo gets distracted by his own things and let his friends get into danger, but he still did go back and save him right after.
Belly badge over 3. Stupendo Bear is drawn on the wall with a heart belly badge, as opposed to Funshine's son. Therefore, it is heart level. He kills them with kindness.
Yeah.
Speed is like a 6. He rides a motorcycle, so that's pretty fast.
Strength. Question mark. We don't really know how strong Stupendo Bear is. I'd love to read the comic and see if there were any additional feats, but it's pretty much unreadable garbage.
Jump. 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 That's a stat. Jump is a stat.
Yeah.
Jump. 10. Stupendo Bear can leap over trees, hills, mountains if the situation calls for it, and he's properly motivated.
Heroism is a 10. Stupendo Bear saves the day and makes up for all of his shortcomings in a way only a bear wearing a blanket around his neck could do. He kind of looks like Pajama Sam.
The end. But we also have to do the comments, so I'm gonna link you guys.
Can each one of the comments you read take up the off-topic scale? Because technically the comments have nothing to do with the actual body of the video.
I love this.
Maniac says she was laying on a dragoon. He did it correctly. The joke is that he didn't do it correctly. He added an extra O, making the word dragoon.
Mr. Floofle says she used lightning on a dragon.
I love the capitalization on this comment. Parker2417 says, good stuff, bro. I would have never known any of this. Keep it up, bro.
Brad Wilcox says she used lightning on a dragon.
King Bun says she used lightning on a dragon.
Figuring out Care Bear says she used lightning dragon on A.
I dislike that comment.
The Handyman TV said, good video, and then a thumbs up emoji.
The Handyman TV was wrong.
No Level Art, this boomer, says she used a bark color on a dragon.
Zap.
Cracktoon Network says she used lightning on a dragon.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. In this video, raw recording was 42 minutes and 26 seconds.
Gotta go fast!
Thank you for listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra.